Welcome to TCH Live Poker as we get ready for tonight's action down in the Rio Grande Valley tonight. Hand number one, 1-3. 1-3 are the blinds tonight. And it's going to start off with a limp under the gun. That's UTG. Folded around to Jeffrey. Has the ace-jack, taking it up to 15. Got Coach Mike going to be making the call with the suited king. Valenzuela does the same. And 3 ways to a flop we go. As it's going to be an ace-high flop, all hearts. Something for everybody. Top pair versus second pair versus a flush draw. Jeffrey going to be putting on the C-bet. Valenzuela with a straight draw to go along with his flush draw. He will make the call. Over $100 in the pot. And Jeffrey is not slowing down. First hand of the stream. Always kind of awkward in general. First hand any new table, but especially a stream table. Valenzuela joining us tonight from Brownsville. And it looks like he's going to let his hand go. So first hand of the night going to seat 9, Jeffrey. Starting off 7-handed. Seats will get filled throughout the night as we do have our free roll tournament going on. So as players bust out of the tournament, they'll make their way over here to the stream table. So seat 1, we got Rigo. He's in for $520. Seat 2, we have Coach Mike, and he is in for $540. Seat 3, Valenzuela. He was in for the minimum, which is $300. And we got the fan favorite back. Bar is bar. Pair is a pair. He's in for $475. And action is on him with the Jack 9 suited. He's going to be playing this hand. The only question is, does he limp? And he will limp. Jeffrey, who won the first hand, going to try to make it 2 in a row. He will also limp. Coach Mike raising it up here in the small blind, sizing a little bit small. And his hand not that great. As we're going 4 ways to the flop. And another ace on the flop. Top pair versus a flush draw. And Coach Mike putting out the continuation bet here. 2 pair for Jeffrey. And Jeffrey announces raise. A little surprised Coach Mike raised with this hand out of the small blind. I'm also surprised he chose to continue here. But as I said earlier, the first hands of the stream, normally the first 10 hands of the stream, they're always a little awkward. Par es par, doesn't have a pair, but he does make the call with a flush draw, as we have $240 in the pot, go into a turn, and par es par picking up a straight draw now. Looks like 135 is the bet. Yeah, 135 is relayed to par es par. He may not have a pair, but he has a straight draw and a flush draw. And second pot of the night, already over $500, shaping up to be a good stream, as it usually is here on TCH Live Poker. Oh, par spot is going to hit a pair, and that might get him in trouble here, as he might call this river bet. He does indeed make the call on the river, and it looks like it was just a $100 bet from Jeffrey. 120. So nice bet size from Jeffrey on the river there, getting max value, putting in a small value bet on the river. Get Spot Espar to call, and Spot Espar is down to 120. So two hands, first two hands of the stream, going Jeffrey's way, as that's going to put him up to over $400. So seat 3 of Valenzuela, seat 4 pair is pair. Nobody's in seat 5. Seat 6 is Matt. He hasn't played a hand. He bought him for 500. Seat 7, Kamish. He also hasn't played a hand. Granted, we've only seen 2 hands, but. And then in seat 9, we got Jeffrey. We do have an under the gun straddle here coming. So under the gun straddle, Rigo gonna make the call with his eights. Coach Mike coming along. Spot Espar has $2 in there. We'll call the $8. And we have Matt checking his option as we go 4 ways to a flop. Nothing but small cards. And somehow everybody misses. Spot Espar with the straight draw leads out to 25. Rigo with a straight draw of his own will make the call. Coach Mike has the 2 big cards also making the call. Over $100 in the pot as we see a 10 on the turn. And still nobody with a pair. Coach Mike picking up a straight draw now. Needing a 9. And somehow we're going to get to the river 3 ways and nobody's going to wind up with a pair. Let's see if Coach Mike chooses to bluff here. Yeah, he's going to bluff. And this bluff, I believe, is going to work. Yeah, the bluff works. Coach Mike does not show. And he will take down the 3rd pot as Valenzuela putting on the $10 straddle on the button. And I believe we have some action in the chat. Yeah, somebody on the chat calling clock on me, as I did put the first hand was going to be at 7:25, but apparently we did not go on the air until 7:26. I don't think that's ever happened. I have gotten the clock called on me at the poker table. I've actually had a dealer call clock on me once, which was very weird or very awkward, but I've never had somebody put the clock on me commentating before. So we are live on the YouTube chat as we have another multi-way pot here. Very coordinated flop. Straight draw for Matt, but he's going to check it. A little surprised that Valenzuela checked his top pair. I'll be even more surprised if he checks it again. Spot Espar coming along, getting short on chips. To the river we go. And it's going to be 3 pair for Valenzuela. And it's going to be a bluff for Matt. This bluff is not going to work. Let's see if Matt shows his bluff. Yeah, Matt's just going to show the ace high. So $155 pot. I believe all the pots thus far has been over $100. Keep in mind, the blinds are just 1-3. But if you know anything about Texas Card House Poker, you know these games play much bigger than the blinds. This actually plays more like a 5-10 traditional game you would find at a casino, based upon the betting and the pot sizes. And we have a $10 button straddle once again. So normally plays bigger, more like a 5-10, and especially when somebody puts on a $10 straddle. Matt with the ace of diamonds, one of his cards that not scan. And the dealer will get him to rescan it. Kamish with the fold. Folded his ace. Jeffrey calling with his suited ace. And Bar is Bar. He also has an ace. Coach Mike is in bad shape here. His 8 is dominated and his deuce is dominated. He can only hit diamonds. Bar is Bar is all in. And everybody will fold. So you can see Rigo there in seat 1, taking advantage of the full service bar here at Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. Got Coach Mike there in seat 2. He might look familiar as he did make the final table of our last tournament that we streamed here a couple weeks ago. Pretty crazy tournament. It was a $20 tournament. $10,000 was guaranteed for the prize pool. The prize pool wound up being more than 3 times the guarantee. Over $35,000 in the prize pool from a $20 tournament. And first place wound up winning $10,000. Coach Mike taking third place in that tournament for, I believe, $4,000. Bar is Bar has the 6s and is moving all in, and Kamish has a decision here. I think it's going to be for too much, and he agrees with me. Kamish just buying in for the 300, so basically a third of his stack for pocket 4s. And Bar is Bar is going to get his shove through once again. So you can see on the bottom of your screen, gives you all the information on the players. The number in the green is the number that the players are ahead. The other number is how much the players bought in for. So Jeffrey, in his stack right now, has over $1,000. And he is up 453. 2 other players in the green, but not by much. 2 other players in the red, but not by much. The negative is how much they are stuck. Coach Mike with the Queen Deuce, he'll get rid of that. See if Bar is Bar goes all in again. Now, he's not going to go all in this time. He will get rid of the San Francisco busboy. Matt in the cutoff, suited king, puts on the raise. Jeffrey making the call with the blackjack hand. And Rigo also with a blackjack hand. These guys know we're playing poker, right? Oh, Jeffrey getting rewarded for his suspect play. Rigo turning a straight draw here. Oh, big bet from Jeffrey here, betting basically the pot. 30 into 36. Rigo going to look him up, and Rigo does not want to see a 7. He can hit a deuce for a straight. A 7 will make Jeffrey a full house. So Rigo going to miss everything, so he's not going to lose any more money. And how much is Jeffrey going to bet on the river? Bets another $30, hoping his opponent has a 9. And he will show the table. So he did start 7-handed tonight. And we are expecting the seats to get filled throughout the night. A lot of these players are also taking part in the free roll here at the Texas Card House, the Friday free roll. Normally there'll be about 50 people that take place in the free roll. Builds up a nice little prize pool. And we have the straddle once again under the gun, UTG. Action will be on par es par. Somebody's card's not getting scanned. And now the cameras will focus in on the action. Jeffrey with the ace on the button. I do like a raise here, but he likes to limp. Because limping is pimping. That's what I've heard. And he's going to hit middle pair here as both his opponents hit bottom pair. And Valenzuela leading out with his bottom pair. Small bet, betting a third of the pot. And that's going to bring along Coach Mike as well. Five on the turn, changing nothing. And we'll see if Valenzuela slows down. He does. Jeffrey also checking, perhaps scared of the queen. But Jeffrey will win this pot. Looks like he's going to put out a small bet. No longer scared of the queen. Hoping somebody calls him with a 10 or a 9. And looks like Valenzuela will flick in the $20. RG3 saying hello. And we got a fan of Matt. Matt's still taking care of his dinner, so I don't think he's into poker mode just yet. Looks like a $10 straddle. Action does start to the left of the straddle, even though it is on the button. Par es par with the ace of spades making the call. And looks like we had somebody bust out from the tournament. Oh, Jeffrey with the kings. And I don't... Oh, Rigo with the 10s. Par es par. It's going all in. Gonna need to hit an ace. Jeffrey just calling here. If I'm in Jeffrey's position, I'm putting on another bet just to get heads up with Bares Bar. But he just makes the call, and that's going to bring along Rigo. That's one of the great things about poker. I mean, some people play super passive, some people play super aggressive. Both styles can work. I was Rigo thinking about putting on the raise here. Oh, Rigo puts on the raise. I don't think Jeffrey was trying to trap Rigo, but he wound up trapping Rigo by playing his hand passive. He hasn't even called yet. He just kind of shrugged and said, well, if he has aces, he has aces. But Jeffrey choosing the passive play here, and it looks like it's going to work out. Is he going to fold? No, he's not going to fold. Okay. He was just showing his opponent. So Rigo kind of having my same mindset, like, this guy's all in. I just want to get heads up with him. And he thought he had the best hand, or he thought his opponent had like ace-king.
Turns. I was good at turns.
So all players with black cards hit the like button if you want to see an ace. So they are going to run it twice.
Two full boards.
Hit that like button if you want to see an ace. Straight draw possibly for Bares Bar. Oh, there's the ace. And there's the king. Rigo has clubs. Or straight. 10? Or deuce? No, a deuce I meant. He needed a jack. So we have Rigo, who's going to be losing all his chips. And Don Neto, Bares Bar, will be winning the top board. So they will chop up Rigo's money. There was a side pot, pretty decent side pot between Rigo and Jeff. So Bares Bar, he normally just runs it once. He's old school, but it was 3 ways, and his opponents convinced him to run it twice. I know the MMA and car guru doesn't like to run it twice, and I agree with him. One of the main reasons, well, one of the reasons, I mean, at least myself, there's a lot of reasons on why I only like to run it once, but one of those reasons is you want more money on the table. You don't want them to chop the pot. You want somebody to win, you want somebody to lose, and you want somebody to either rebuy and put more money on the table, or you want a new player to come in and put more money on the table. So that's one of the reasons why I just run it once. So it looks like we're streaming on the YouTube channel, TCH Live Poker. I do have access to those comments. We're also streaming on Twitch and Kick. So if you are commenting on those platforms, I cannot see your comments. I can only see the comments from the YouTube channel. Top pair for Matt, and he's going to bet it to the tune of 20. And he will get one caller from middle pair. Matt picking up a spade. I expect him to continue on, but he decides to check. Now the flush draw arrives, but it's going to go check, check. So that was the 10th hand. And if you've watched the stream before here from the Rio Grande Valley, something that I say a lot, which I find to be true on most streams, is that a lot of times, like the first 10 hands or so, the players will play a little bit tighter than they normally play or a little bit looser than they normally play. They're either taking the wait and see approach or they're trying to establish some sort of table image. But after the first 10 hands, it plays more true to the player's playing style. So I do play here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley, and I am familiar with the way that most of these players play. Somebody did not scan their cards. There we go. Oh, par is par. Got the suited king, queen. Matt just calling with the ace jack. Jeffrey does the same.
It looks like the Braves, right? The red here? No, they've scored.
Ow, Jeffrey just calling with the ace queen suited. 5 ways we go to a flop.
All right, let me go change the channel.
And that looks like a 7-high flop. Yeah, 5, 6, 7. Gonna be 2 pair for Valenzuela. Par is par. Not ready to let go of his king queen just yet. It is a pretty hand, but when you have a 7-high flop, it becomes less pretty. Par is par, picking up some clubs, and he's going to go all in, and he's going to get called. It looks like we have a full table. Par is par looking for a club, and he is not going to get there. And I don't know if he's going to rebuy. He's kind of old school. He's kind of one and done. But he hasn't stood up yet. Yeah, no, he... Just when we were going to have a full table, we lose a player.
Barrels.
Yeah, so I'm guessing he was tuning into the stream from Houston yesterday. Me personally, I think PLO is a good change of pace. Obviously, every once in a while. So we do have a new player. He is going to sit out the first hand as we get the seats situated. Rigo just calling here with the ace-jack suited. This is his second. Oh, no, he raised. Okay, that makes sense. He raised. Coach Mike calling with the queen-9 offsuit. Matt making the call, as does Jeffrey. Might see some chips go in here as we have top pair versus an open ender. Mike just making the call, and we will go heads up to a turn. Ace of clubs. It's a trade. Jeffrey would have hit his set. Even though Rigo has top pair here, not going too crazy as it is a very coordinated board. Giving Mike a good price to call, and he will do just that, cutting out the chips. White chips worth $1, red chips worth $5, and green chips worth $25. Pretty much the setup at most casinos here in the United States, with the exception of California. I want to say the $5 chips in California are yellow. Amarillo en español. Coach Mike making the call, looking for an 8 or a king, and it'll be a 10. Wonder if Rigo continues here. Flush draw did miss, but he is going to slow down. And let's see if Coach Mike... Oh, Coach Mike's going to bluff here. I think Rigo's going to call him. It's a $150 bet. Might get the job done. If this wasn't Rigo's second buy-in, I think he would have already called. But this is Rigo's second buy-in. Doesn't like the 10. But keep in mind, the clubs did miss. So I think since the clubs missed, he's going to make the call here. He's already cutting out the chips. So Coach Mike getting an E for effort on the bluff. He doesn't want to show his hand. So Rigo with the reluctant call, but it is the right call. Over a $500 pot. The dealer pushing the pot the wrong way. Dealer was distracted. Does have the headphones on, is in constant communication with the production crew. So if you're not familiar with this channel, TCH Live Poker. All of the Texas Card Houses stream on this channel, and there is a schedule. There is a schedule for the cash games. And it looks like we got the last seat taken. So every Tuesday night is the big game in Dallas. It's a Hold'em cash game, and normally the blinds are $25.50. It's a big game. And then on Wednesday nights, TCH Social, easy for me to say, TCH Social from Austin, they stream. And you never know what you're going to get with Austin. If you're familiar with Austin, their unofficial city slogan is "Keep Austin Weird." And sometimes, if you tune into this channel, TCH Live Poker, on a Wednesday night, you're going to see some weird games that Austin plays. Last night, or excuse me, this week, I know they had a ladies' night, so that's not too weird or whatever. But they have streamed a deuce to 7 triple draw game. And if you're not familiar with that, it's the opposite of Hold'em. You're trying to make your worst hand. They have streamed that before. They've streamed Big O, 5-card high-low before. Then on Thursday nights, the location from Houston streams. So last night, if you were watching this channel, you saw action from the Texas Card House in Houston. Normally, they stream a Omaha game. And then on Friday nights is when we stream down here in the Rio Grande Valley. And normally we will stream a 1-3 Hold'em game, which is what we're doing tonight. big flop for Rigo here, and he's going to check it. I like a check raise here from Rigo. Oh, Matt with hearts as well. Do bet at 35 with his top pair. As I said, I do like a check raise from Rigo here. You have a pair and a flush draw. And I'm pretty sure he's the favorite to win the hand right now. No, Du's the favorite just because Matt has some hearts. But Rigo does indeed make the raise. He also has some backdoor straight draws with his hand. So normally Rigo would be favored over just the queen here. But since Matt has hearts as well, that is taking away some of his hearts. And Matt is drawn. He's not drawn dead. He can go runner. But as right now, he cannot hit a card on the turn to take the lead. That's why he's showing 0%. But Matt wants to see like the jack of spades is what Matt wants to see. All right, Matt is now officially drawn dead. And now Rigo has two pair. And now he has a lock on this hand. Over $300 in the pot. I do like at least half pot bet here against two opponents. Looks like he put out 125. And Du, I'm not sure if he's played on the stream before, but he just hates this card. Especially multi-ways. It also completes a straight, the 2-5 straight. So he really does not like this card. He has an opponent behind him. And it looks like he's going to make the disciplined fold. So nice fold from Du. And Matt getting away from his hand as well. So Rigo, don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. Little LL Cool J. And he is now officially winning in this game $4. He is up $4 on this game. And we're back to the full table. We have seat number 5, Dalton. Our friend from Hawaii played on the stream on Wednesday night. Did not go successful. So he is back. Mama didn't raise a quitter. And looks like Coach Mike is adding on. He sees that it's a full table now, and he wants to take full advantage if he picks up a premium hand. And Rigo on a heater here. Winning the last two hands, now picking up ace-king under the gun. It's either a limp or a $15 raise. Okay. He makes it $12. Wow, nobody has anything. Jeff with the suited. Jack 5, Motown will make the call. And heads up we go as Coach Mike gets his chips from the chip runner. Hola, Maria. Rigo still with the best hand. I don't know if he's going to put out the continuation bet. And he is. So now that Rigo has a little momentum, getting a little more aggressive, Jeffrey calls him with just jack high. And that's going to get him a free river card. And Jeffrey will get there on the river, hitting the 5. And he's going to put out a little blocker bet. What was the bet on the river? Yeah, just a $10 bet on the river. Real big blocker bet from Jeffrey there. Really was just setting his own price. Didn't want to call a big bet from his opponent on the river, so he decided to put out a small blocker bet to prevent his opponent from betting. And his opponent actually folded. So Rigo back in the negative, $18. It was fun while it lasted. Two players in the green, one player even, and everybody else in the negative. The biggest negative right now is Coach Mike there in seat 2. He's down over a buy-in. This is a 1-3 game. And here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley, the minimum buy-in on the 1-3 is $100 on the main floor, but $300 on the stream table. We do make the buy-in bigger on the stream table. It is also uncapped on the stream. We do realize that people watching on the stream, they like to see the big pots. And I myself like big pots, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Ah, a lot of 90s rap for some reason. Matt raising it up with the trays, and he is getting 3-bet by Jeffrey with the aces. So it's going to be about 50 more for Matt to call. The only player that can really make the call here based upon their holdings. He might call just because he's going to be in position against Jeffrey. Jeffrey making this raise out of the small blind does size it up. Not sure what Rigo's thinking about. Not sure if he knows the actions on him, to be honest with you. I think they're going to remind him. I don't think he knows the actions on him. Yeah, he doesn't know. Coach Mike patiently waiting for Rigo to act. And I think somebody's going to say something. Yeah, Coach Mike is looking at him, but he can't see him because they're both wearing sunglasses. This is why you shouldn't wear sunglasses at night. Yeah, he does not know. They're just letting him know the actions on him. Yeah, he did not know. He does apologize to the table.
Making a move there or something.
Yeah, everyone is all like, wow, this guy's about to make a move. Yeah, Matt does make the call. That's happened to everybody before, Rigo. It's happened to everybody. So Matt makes the call in position. Going to need to hit a tray. We're going to need to hit a lot of clubs. Instead, it is hearts. I think Jeffrey should check here. I don't think he is, but oh, nice check. Nice check by Jeffrey there. And now he's going to bet. Now you have to bet. And now Matt will be done with the hand. So I feel like both these players pretty much played their hand the normal way. And Jeffrey will show the aces. Matt decided to go set mine in position. And did not see a set. We got Lopez Wheels in the chat. I wonder if they're related to the Lopez supermarket they have in Brownsville. I'm sure if you live in the Brownsville area, you know the little jingle. Lopez supermarket, every day's a Lopez day. I believe this is a straddle. And I know that's a raise. Do make it at 40, Shorty. He's going to have, I'm going to say he's going to have tens. He has ace king. And it was a straddle. Kamish with the discipline fold. And everybody's going to fold. do have a live straddle for $7 under the gun. So the minimum, it all depends on where you play. All the house rules are different. But here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley, you are allowed to straddle up to half your stack under the gun. The minimum is $6. You have to double the big blind. The maximum is up to half your stack. Sounds crazy, but I've seen people do it, and maybe you've seen people do it as well, because it's happened on the stream multiple times before, where a player will straddle half their stack blind under the gun. If under the gun chooses not to straddle, they do have priority, then the button is allowed to straddle. However, that's capped at $15. Coach Mike raising it up with the king jack off.
3 players.
And Du, who straddled this hand, Coach Mike with a small raise to 25. Du straddled to 7. So he made the call and flops trips. Both his opponents have a straight draw. Du with the trips, perhaps worried about the diamond. Going to put in a raise against 2 opponents here. And there's the raise. Coach Mike checking to see if he has diamonds. He does have the king of diamonds, which might tempt them to make the call. But out of position against 2 players, I think he's asking a lot. Coach Mike is a boxing coach. And he's going to make the fold. And Du will flash the 9. Got somebody from Cranston, Rhode Island. I think they've been on the chat before. Of course, Rhode Island, if you do not know, smallest state by area in the United States. Texas, the second biggest state. Matt just calling here with the 9s. And let's see if he's just going to call this raise or put on a back raise here. Just calls the raise once again. Coach Mike feeling splashy tonight. He's making the call. Does have the button, the power of the button. Exactly $100 in the pot. And he's going to flop open ender. Valenzuela flopping the jack. And he's going to put out a small bet here. Not sure about this bet multi-ways. I understand why you bet, as you were the pre-flop aggressor, so you just continuing on with the aggression. Coach Mike making the call. This is his second straight draw that he's had tonight. Last time he missed, and he's going to miss the turn here. And the ace-jack continuing on. And Coach Mike's going to call here. There's already $190 in the pot. Could get tricky and raise. Yeah, I think if Coach Mike hadn't added on, he might have taken a more aggressive line, but he's basically in for 2 buy-ins. He's going to hit a pair. And let's see. So Valenzuela finally slowing down. Coach Mike bluffed the last time he missed a straight draw, but this time he picked up a pair. So he does have some showdown value. And like I said, the last time he tried to bluff, he got caught. So that's in the back of his mind. I think it's going to be once bitten, twice shy for Coach Mike. And I don't know why I'm making so many 80s references of songs. If you're tuning in, I'm sure if you get the reference, you find it hilarious. And if you don't get the reference, you think I'm a bit of a Dumas. And you're correct either way. I mentioned him earlier. He doesn't like to run it twice. He's also there in the Northeast. Pretty sure he's in the New York area. That's one thing that really freaked me out when I traveled to the Northeast. Especially being in Texas, especially being in South Texas. 3 hours south of San Antonio, which is a really big city. So basically anytime we needed to travel, we were driving a couple of hours to get somewhere. And that's like the opposite in the Northeast. I mean, you could drive an hour and drive through like 5 different states in an hour. $101 Dalmatians in the pot as we go 5 ways to nothing but spades. Coach Mike with the combo draw. You can see this hand taking place at 11:05. So we're on the 15-minute delay. Adds up. Checks out, folks. The math checks out. And Coach Mike can't fold here. Rigo bet in a third of the pot with his pair of kings. Coach Mike coming along. What does Dalton do here with the ace? Likes the ace, doesn't like the spades, doesn't like his kicker, and he's going to get out of the way. Still the same jack is needed for Coach Mike. But Rigo is putting out another bet here. Really small bet. It feels like he has the flush. He wants a call. So Rigo recouping, and he is back in the green. Coach Mike's still in the red. Coach Mike's probably down about 400. Oh, he's down about 500. Yeah, so Coach Mike down $481. You can see on the lower right-hand side of your screen. He has $369 in front of him, but he is down $481. Matt also down a buy-in. The minimum buy-in for this game is $300.
Outside. Here no más que aquí we have prisoners. Yeah, it's because
Yeah, so there is a button straddle.
5 makes it 20. Yeah. Outside C. 6 fold, 7 fold, 8 fold,
Jeffrey with the Ducks going to be raising it up. I was actually Dalton to raise it up with the Applejacks.
call, 3 fold.
I know it's easy to say since I'm able to see the cards, but it really seems like Coach Mike is just trying to force the action. He's trying to force it here. Calling with the ace deuce offsuit. Oh, we got a set of the wow. We have a crazy flop here. Dalton's gonna get in trouble. He has
5 makes 25.
the ace jack. He has top pair, top kicker.
Raise.
Min raise here from Jeffrey. Now it's time for Coach Mike to fold.
2 fold.
And, oh, Dalton says all in, and he is drawn thin. He has a 1% chance right now.
9 calls.
We did see an ace folded already. That's going to take away some of his outs. So Dalton needs to see an ace, a jack, or a 9. If not, he is drawn dead. Ace, jack, or 9, he's drawn dead. If not, oh, here we go. We got outs. Jack or 9, jack or 9. And it is going to be the setup deuces of Jeffrey. So we'll see if Dalton rebuys. Looks like he's reaching for the rebuy. And I believe we got a dealer change coming. Got a guest. Got a special dealer tonight making his return.
Button is right. You dealer. Good luck, guys.
No small blind game or anything? Barrels on 9.
Yeah, Dalton's going to be rebuying. Oh, looks like Coach is throwing in the towel. He might, yeah, he might be late registering the free roll. So $10 button straddle from Matt. And Dalton indeed coming back. Getting unlucky there. It's always crazy when that happens, like when you have ace king or ace jack in this case, and your opponent has a small pocket pair. So not only do you have to hit the top pair, your opponent has to hit their set. So Matt with the queen, Valenzuela with the hearts, and he's going to bet his hearts. Do calling with just the 10. That gets a quick call from Matt. And once again, we have 101 Dalmatians in the pot. And there's the heart right away. And he's going to continue here. That gives Do a straight draw. Do called with just 10 high, and now he has a straight draw. So what does he do now? guess when you call with just 10 high and you hit a straight draw, you continue on, but he is drawn dead. Over $200 in the pot. And it's going to be a $75 bet on the river to get the job done. Seat open on the stream. And let's see what we have in the chat. Yeah, so everybody loves the free roll. Hey, it's free. So I think that's the reason why Coach Mike got up. He was gonna max late register the free roll. Pedro, who's sitting there in seat 8, he was playing the free roll earlier, busted out, decided to come play the cash game. Matt is all in here with the pocket fives. And I don't think anybody's going to be able to call him. So the free roll never disappoints here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley. Normally we get about 50 players. We had 55 players on this Friday night. The prize pool is guaranteed at $2,000. That is guaranteed no matter how many entries. So it's a $55 entry. You are allowed rebuys at $20, and you can also add on for $20. So there was 197 add-ons to build a prize pool of over $3,000, $3,390 in the free roll. 5 places being paid out. Min cash good for $255. First place taking home over $1,000, $1,300 to be exact. Second place, almost $1,000, $900. So the top 2 spots, first and second, going to win over $2,000. But five spots are getting paid, and I can almost guarantee you that that's why Coach Mike got up. Things weren't going well for him in the cash game, and he's been running good in tournaments, as he did finish 3rd place a couple of weeks ago here, and has had some other good results. So he's like, let me try the tournament route. Don't know if Dalton's gonna. Yeah, Dalton's not gonna be able to call here on the river. Valenzuela gets there with his straight. And Dalton getting unlucky again. Ace-6 beating the Ace-King. Oh, Dalton made the curiosity call. Yeah, Dalton made the curiosity call. So we have Jorge Peña, who normally plays on the stream, goes by Chubbs. He's actually in the Austin area right now. Round Rock, to be exact. He's playing in a big tournament over there this weekend, so good luck to him. And He's watching in to make sure everybody's on their best behavior. Suerte, señor. So both players with aces last hand, no ace showing up. The ace showing up here, and now no player has an ace. No player has nothing. Rigo has a straight draw, and he has the best hand right now with 7-6, and hits the straight right on the turn. Oh, this was a limp pot, so there's only $9 in the pot somehow. And everybody just calling, because why not? So Rigo with a 6-card straight. He will check. And Valenzuela going to put out a bluff here. $50 bet. Any queen makes a straight. Clubs are also available. Oh, Rigo's going to let it go. The great Mike Sexton used to say, never go broke in a limp pot. And that was a limp pot there as we went 3 ways to a $9 pot. So Rigo didn't want to invest any more money. Rigo does put on a $10 button strato as we do have a seat available on the stream game. So the blind amount is the same as the main table, $1, $3 blinds. The structure is a little bit different in regards to, instead of a $100 minimum buy-in that you find on the main floor, it is $300, and it is uncapped. Oh, Kamish, haven't heard from him in a while. He's going to raise it up to 55. Don't think Dalton can fold here, the ace-jack. Looks like Dew's going to call here with his suited connectors. Looks like Dalton is, yeah, it looked like he wanted to fold, but that's just too good of a hand. And he's going to hit a jack. Pretty sure this is going to go check all the way through. No, Dalton moving all in here, saying if you have the king, good luck to you. Dalton also with some backdoor draws, just in case if somebody did have a king. And Dew has a straight draw with the queen. No backdoor diamond draws, but it is over $100 bet. So he's going to let his hand go. And Dalton will finally get on the board here. And the crowd goes wild. So if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley. We are one of 6 Texas card houses located across the state, one of 4 streaming locations. The streaming schedule pretty much set the same every week. The location in Dallas streams on Tuesday nights. Location in Austin streams Wednesday nights. Location in Houston streams Thursday nights. And we stream on Friday nights. And then tomorrow, the location from Dallas, they have a tournament that they run every Saturday that's called the Big One. And they stream that every Saturday. And then Sundays and Mondays are reserved for final table tournaments. So the Sundays and Mondays can be a little random and not necessarily set. Sometimes there'll be a stream on Sunday. Sometimes there'll be a stream on Monday, depending on the different tournament series that are going on. So, I guess I will ask Mr. Martin, or Martin as they say here in South Texas. So is it crazy because 1-3 is considered low stakes, or is it crazy because the pot sizes, the action is crazy?
Go ahead. No, I was making sure that he followed through with
Yes, Alexis took care of me. I told her before the stream started to bring a big red, and she brought the big red. So thank you, Alexis. So just curious, is it crazy because it's 1-3, like I said, because it's quote-unquote small stakes, or is it crazy because the action's crazy? There are no wrong answers. Jack high flop. Matt gonna flop the best pair here. And he's gonna bet $10. Jeffrey with bottom pair here is gonna make the call. And Do not ready to let go of his king high. Jeffrey gonna hit 2 pair. Let's see if Matt slows down. Matt is not slowing down. Sizes it up to 20. And Jeff is raising. Kind of a tell there from Jeff. Normally when somebody just grabs some chips and puts them out, it's normally a sign of strength. Because you basically don't care how much you're betting. So subliminally in your mind, you want to get called, so you don't care how much you're betting. That's why it's considered a tell. So I was talking about tournament series, and they do have a big one going on in Dallas beginning next week. The Poker Tour will be making its way to North Texas. So beginning next week, you're probably going to see a lot of final tables on Sunday and Monday if you are subscribed to this channel, TCH Live Poker. If you're subscribed, Sundays and Mondays, you're going to start seeing some tournaments from Dallas. They do stream a tournament every Saturday, the big one. And then once a month, they have one that's called the even bigger one. And that one's basically the same structure, but it's spread out over more days. Valenzuela with the 10s. Dalton making the disciplined fold. Had some bad luck earlier with the ace-jack, so he's going to get out of the way. And Matt, who just lost the previous hand, perhaps a bit on tilt, making the call with the suited connectors out of the small blind. Oh, Rigo making the call here with 8 deuce of clubs. What are you up to, Rigo? Oh, Rigo. Yeah, I was going to say Rigo might get in trouble, but Matt getting in trouble for sure here. He flops bottom pair, has some backdoor straight draws, but he is in bad shape. Rigo's going to get out of the way. Straight flush draw for the pocket 10s. He's not going anywhere. And you can see the immediate outs for Matt. Needs a 7 or a 6. A 5. A 5 will give him some straight draws. Needs a 7 or 6 for an immediate out. A 5 gives him some straight draws, but the 5 can't be a heart. Oh, hits one of his outs, and he gets there. So Matt, as I said, perhaps a bit on tilt pre-flop, making the call with the suited connectors, gets rewarded. He's still down $182. Jeffrey there in seat 9 has over 2,000 in his stack. And to be honest with you, I mean, that's, at least for me, that's not a big reason to watch the stream, but that's one of the reasons. You want to see the bad beats. As long as it's not you, it's cool, right? Yeah, you're like driving on the expressway and there's a car wreck on the other side, you know, you're gonna glance over. Don't stop. Don't stop, just glance over. I think everybody's guilty of the glance over whenever they see an accident on the roadway. Some people stop, which I don't understand. King high flop, nobody with a king. Nobody with a 7, nobody with a deuce. The 4s are still out in front right now. But the 4s will fold. So Valenzuela, who had the straight flush draw last hand with a pair, loses that hand, but wins this hand with just jack high. Oh no, don't do that. And if you do stop, at least like stop off on the shoulder. Don't stop on the roadway. Yeah, so 1-3 because it's more entertaining. I actually had a lunch with some people today and kind of talking about this. Oh, aces for Rigo? Good news is Rigo's aces did not get cracked. Bad news is he only won a $49 pot. But not to sound negative or not to burst your bubble, but a lot of those high stakes, especially tournaments like the high roller tournaments and stuff like that, a lot of those players that are playing in those tournaments do not have that money. I know that Daniel Negreanu came out and said that it's pretty much an illusion. So they just basically all swap percentages with each other. They're like, hey, if you win, I'll give you 10%. If I win, I give you 10%. But they make that deal with multiple people. So I can't tell you. Well, it's done in high stakes cash games as well, where players will sell a percentage of themselves. But these players playing on the stream, it's their own hard-earned money. Just the average Joes. Rigo with the straight draw. And he's going to bet 10 bucks. Spicy turn. Flush draw has arrived. Nobody has a club, but both players have an ace. And Rigo will make the call. Flush does complete, so that's going to save Rigo some money, as it does go check, check. Yeah, so if you ever look up a poker player, the online database is called the Hinden Mob, and that pretty much keeps track of what players win in tournaments. But whatever number you see there, just know it is not a true number. I mean, they might have won 10 million in tournaments, but they've spent 12 million in entries. That's not their net profit. That's just what they won in the tournament. My boss actually likes to give me a hard time because his Hinden Mob is bigger than mine. I want to say his is... We're within like 10,000 of each other. But he has played the main event at least 3 times and has never cashed. Two pair for Rigo, and top pair for Jeffrey. Jeffrey should be betting here. Looks like a big bet. Yeah, betting 40 into 40. I think Rigo was planning on a check raising here, but since Jeffrey bet a lot, he's just going to call. Pot size bet for Jeffrey here as we get ready to see the turn. Jeffrey looking for a jack, or as he likes to call him, a Jeff. Rigo going to check again, hoping Jeffrey bets again. And Jeffrey will oblige and put out another big bet. Is this where Rigo raises? Spades are on the board, but Rigo has the queen of spades. Rigo raising it up. Looks like 175, 100 more. Dealer will confirm it. Dealer has played on the stream before by the name of Cooper Rush. Should be in training camp right now with the Ravens. Yeah, the check raise getting Jeffrey's attention. Already over $300 in the pot. And it looks like Jeffrey gonna slide out the call. Jeffrey still looking for a jack, does not want to see a queen. Oh! Jeffrey has definitely been running hot tonight. Somebody in the comments mentioned that earlier. And Rigo going to slide out 275, and he's not getting that 275 back. Yeah, Jeffrey has definitely been running hot tonight. Did he say call or fold? Yeah, he said call. He said call. Yeah, Rigo cannot believe it. And not to take anything away from Jeffrey, but he is definitely running good tonight. So that pot's going to take him up to almost $2,000 in a 1-3 game. Less than an hour and a half into the stream, he is up almost $2,000 in a 1-3 stream, folks. Rigo cannot believe it.
the only one that can beat me tonight. Nobody else can beat me. That's crazy.
I would like to try, but I've only played one hand.
I know, Brian. Oh, you did good. I had aces against the one hand I played against you. I had aces.
So Dalton with the Chad Johnson, we'll get rid of that.
And that one was just because I was tired of.
Kamish with the Ace 9
I was like, what the heck am I doing?
has the nickname Kamish because he is the commissioner of his fantasy football league. Hey, speaking about fantasy football, let us know in the chat what players you're targeting this year. Nine high flop, Kamish flopping top pair, $60 in the pot. There are 2 diamonds. Oh, Venezuela betting. And is Do gonna raise here? And Do raising. What does Kamish do? Top pair, top kicker. Kind of an interesting lead by the King Queen and a more interesting raise by Do. Do does not like Kamish calling here. Venezuela should be making the fold. Was just messing around with the King High. And he will get out of the way. And we will go heads up to a $168 pot. Do looking for a king or a 10. Instead, the board pairs. Two flush draws now available. And Do sticking with his story here. There's a slight chance that his cards read wrong. There's a slight chance. Sometimes that does happen. But we will get to see a river. And the straight draw arrives and the flush draw arrives. And let's see what Do does. Only has 139 in his stack. And he puts out over a half his stack on the river here. I think Kamish is just going to pay him off. Doesn't like the diamond on the river, but there's over $300 in the pot. So it looks like he's going to make the call. And I think the card's read right, but I do want him to call so we can verify if the card's read right. Why wouldn't Do just go all in with his stack size then? That's what Kamish is thinking. He's also thinking, who is he going to draft in the first round? Ooh! Is Do going to show it? Show it. Show it. He does not. Pretty sure Do got away with one there. I mean, you got to draft Jamar Chase first, right? I mean, it's got to be the first. Yeah, and kind of to Mr. Martin's point, if you walk into any casino that has a poker room, chances are, no matter what time of the day or day of the week, chances are you're going to be able to find a 1-2 or 1-3 game running. So it really kind of shows you what the other players at the table are thinking. Players that you will probably be playing against. Texas Law wanting a shot out. Yeah, he tried to bluff with that little amount and it worked. I don't know how it worked. Oh, this is the actual shot out. Looks like somebody was supposed to be at a fantasy draft tonight. Speaking about fantasy football. Yeah. So shout out David. Putting him on blast here on TCH Live Poker. Yeah, I don't know how that bluff worked. Wow, this guy's really into fantasy football. It's that time of the year.
Come in, 200.
I actually heard a crazy story one year as Du is raising it big here with the 8s. Dalton making the call. Two overcards for Dalton. Du with just the jack to worry about. I do expect him to continue, and he will. Quick call by Dalton. Oh, looks like we have the infamous Samura sitting down. So I wasn't involved in this fantasy football league, but I did hear this story once.
Barrels, table 9.
Where
barrels.
the commissioner of the fantasy football, obviously with everything online now, there's certain settings on the league. So he would wait until after the draft. He would wait until after the draft to do the schedule. So normally the schedule is just automatically generated once you create a league, the schedule. So he would wait until after the schedule was created, and he would play the team whose first or second round draft pick, whose best player was having a bye week that week. He would be playing that team. Obviously, he eventually got caught, but he would manipulate the schedule to play whenever their best player was on bye week, he would play that team. I got Randy Moss this year. It's about 15 years too late. About 15 years too late. But there's always that one guy in the fantasy league, right? Who's kind of like living in the past. So we do have a full table once again. I'm sure Samura was playing in the free row. Got busted out. Top pair for Du. open-ender for Valenzuela, as well as Matt. Board does pair. Somehow this pot is approaching $200. And Do going to continue on, not worried about the board pairing. And Do will take it down. That's going to take Do to almost a $250 profit, $255. Jeffrey, who's been on fuego, up 1,800. Valenzuela there in seat 3. He is up 346, and Do up 255. Everybody else in the red. Rigo, the reddest, at 585. So Samura taking seat 2, not in his seat right now. But I was speaking about Coach Mike earlier. It's kind of weird. So the tournament that got streamed here a couple of weeks ago at Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley, $20 tournament, $10,000 prize pool, wound up being over a $35,000 prize pool. Samura finishing second in that tournament, and he took home, I want to say, over $7,000 for second. So he finished second. Coach Mike finishing third in that tournament. But kind of ironic that Samura has taken Coach Mike's seat. We'll see if he has any better luck with the seat, as Coach Mike didn't have a lot of luck, but I did mention it, and I'm sure when he goes back and watches the stream, he'll agree that he was kind of trying to force it. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you. Jeffrey now with a double gut shot, needing a 9 or a king, makes the call, and he will hit the 10 on the river. Hearts do complete, and everybody checks it down. Rigo will finally beat Jeffrey. Decent pot, $200 pot. Keep in mind, the minimum buy-in is $300, so $200 pot, nothing to sneeze at. As we got Samura in the building, the infamous. If anybody here in the Rio Grande Valley has ever played a poker tournament in the last 6 months, anytime this year, I'm sure you have played with Samura. Somebody's car is not getting scanned. There we go. Jeffrey in the big blind. There was a spud in straddle. He called the $7. Samura playing his first hand. No surprise there. Samura loves to see flops. There are no bad cards, there's just bad flops, is what Samura says. Ace high flop, nobody with the ace. Samura needing a jack for a straight. 2 players hitting bottom pair with the 6. And looks like it's going to go check around. Samura still needing the jack. 7's still, excuse me, the 6 still leading the way. Kamish going to be betting here. Just the bluff. Oh, wow. Kamish going to get it through. So Kamish really just playing his butt in there. It did get checked to him twice. And he figured nobody had a strong hand. They checked the flop to him twice. They checked the turn to him twice. So he pretty much was just playing the player there, puts out a bet, takes it down. Samura gonna put on the under the gun straddle.
Live straddle 7. I'm on a heater, guys. I'm on a heater.
Valenzuela calling the $7 straddle. Action on Due. He has the king 6. Should be folding, but you never know with Due. Dalton making the fold. Matt with the pretty Jack 10 suited will raise it up to 22. Emmett Smith, former Arizona Cardinal. Pedro making the call with the suited connectors. Rigo doing the same. Samura's in. And we are going 4 ways to a $96 pot. Just under $100 in the middle. Let's see 3. And it's going to be a 10 for both Matt and Pedro. Rigo hitting an 8. And Rigo putting out a small bet here. About a quarter size, yeah, less than a quarter of the pot. About a 20% bet here. Matt raising it up right away. Let's see if Pedro's able to get away from his top pair. Yeah, it's a very strong move by Matt because he only has $120 behind. So he's pretty much telling his opponents that he's not folding here. Yeah, Pedro with no backdoor hearts available will make the fold. And Rigo not ready to fold. Rigo does not want to see a... Oh, wait, a 9 is good for him. That's also a good card for him, is now he has a flush draw. And he's putting his opponent all in. Matt picking up a straight draw to go along with his top pair, makes the call. And Rigo going to need to hit a spade or a jack. An 8 works as well. He does have 8 live outs. King of spades has been folded. 5 of spades, 3 of spades has been folded. Jack of diamonds has been folded. 8 of diamonds has been folded. Does have 8 live outs available. And he will miss. So Matt taking it down. Ship the sherbet to Herbert. And even with that win, Matt is still in the negative. $44. With that loss, now Rigo down over $600. All right, somebody tuning in from Pittsburgh. Hola, señor. I believe the big casino there is Rivers, if I'm not mistaken. There's also some I was gonna say casinos, but they're known as race casinos, as they're located at racing tracks as far as horse racing, right across the border in West Virginia. So there's actually a small sliver. If you don't know this, there's a small sliver of West Virginia that is between Pennsylvania and Ohio. And in that small sliver, there are 2 casinos that West Virginia has. And there's a lot of casinos in a lot of casinos there are casinos in the Pittsburgh area, I know. Check on the flop. The ace-3 still out in front. The ace-3 is going to bet. Trips. $174 in the pot. Looks like a big bet. Yeah, dude just left here with ace high. He literally has to put his opponent on a missed flush draw to make the call. But he is going to make the fold. Oh, Live has a casino there as well, yeah. I knew that Rivers was there. Live has a casino there as well. Is it Live or Live? Just kidding, I know it's Live. I've actually heard really good things about the city of Pittsburgh. It's kind of an underrated city. It's an underrated city. Like when people think about nice cities and stuff, or just cities they want to visit, Pittsburgh is normally not on that list. But I've never been, but I do hear it's an underrated city. There was a time, I guess, in the 80s, maybe 90s, when they lost most of the steel plants, where the city went on a downturn. But I've heard it's a nice area. Has one of the nicest baseball stadiums. A lot of people say it's the nicest, and I can't confirm because I've never been. The nicest ballpark I've ever been to is Petco in San Diego, but PNC there in Pittsburgh, I hear, is also very nice. But just the city as a whole, I hear it's very underrated. So, top pair for Kamish, middle pair for Samura, and bottom pair for Valenzuela. And he is the one that's going to bet here. Do with the sixes. Should be letting this go. He does. Does Kamish raise here? He does. Announces 80. Over $200 in the pot here. Bottom pair finally going to let go. Yeah, we do have some have some new players here on the stream. And I've had people ask me this before. It's very easy to sign up on the stream. Just like everything nowadays, there's an app for that. That's the easiest way to sign in through the Poker Atlas. Anybody can sign in. There is no special requirements, and it's really first come, first serve. And if you're thinking about playing on Wednesday's stream, those seats get filled up pretty quick. Our Friday stream, normally you can wait to sign up for, but normally the Wednesday stream, if you're thinking about playing, you want to get signed up early for that. Free roll tournament still going on the main floor, as well as a couple of cash game tables. 55 players entering tonight's free roll, building a prize pool of $3,390. First place in the free roll, taking home $1,300. Friday, one of the busier nights here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. A lot of things going on. There are 2 tables on the main floor of 1-3, and there were 6 tournament tables, and there's 1 stream table. And of course, you do have the full service bar. You do have the pool table. So a lot of things to do here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. Samura somehow has the best hand here. Does he have a straight? No, it looks like a straight. Does not have a straight. Just has a 7. The 5 of clubs has not registered on the card reader yet. There we go. And there's the check mark. Can Samura call a bluff here? Will anybody bluff? 190 in the pot. And Du is cutting out some chips to bluff. Any 8 makes a straight. Gonna be hard for Samura to call. Samura will fold. And Du's gonna get a second bluff through, I think. Unless if Venezuela decides to make a hero call here. Diamonds missed, essentially, the way this hand was played, but the straight draw arrived. Oh, is he going to get looked up here? Maybe. Maybe he knew that Du bluffed earlier. No. Yeah, I was going to go. That's asking for a lot. Hey, Coach Mike is back. Coach Mike is telling Samura that seat's no good, Samura. I lost $400 in that seat. That's not good. Samura telling him it's not the seat, it's the player.
All night, todavía, toda la noche.
Coach.
Oh, yes, sir.
So only 3 players in the green, everybody else in the red. So Du making some bluffs tonight that, to be honest with you, really don't make a lot of sense, but they are working out. And maybe that's one of the reasons why they're working out. Jeffrey just calling with the ace-king. Of course, he hits an ace. Easy game. He's going to bet 30. Looks like Samura. Oh, Samura bet him 15. He thought it was check to him. Jeffrey turning 2 pair. Samura still with bottom pair. And there goes Jeffrey with the big bet. Jeffrey up 1,800, Dew up 280, and Valenzuela up 254. Everybody else playing catch up. You know, like that Heinz ketchup.
You're now in the nightly high hand. Aces full of kings or better. Qualifying right now at 9 p.m. It pays out at 10. 8:25 right now.
All right, the high hand has begun. The high hand has begun, and it's over $500. So aces full of kings or better to qualify for the high hand. This is available for all the players playing in the cash game here at the Texas Card House. So even the stream tables are eligible. But the high hand right now is $825. Pays out every hour. Eight ways to the flop. Who's the player that folded? 8 ways to the flop. That's crazy. Dalton, the only player folding. Everybody else making the call. And we have a variety of cards here. Kamish with the flush draw. Gonna put out a bet. Dew with the kings. Rigo making the call. Nobody's in the folding mood. The only player to fold pre-flop was Dalton. We went 8 ways. Hey, some places in Vegas, 8 is actually a full table. But not here at the Texas Card House. 9 is a full table. But 8 players calling. Dew with the top pair. Thinking about raising. Needs to put on a big raise. Samura with the flush draw. Dew going to be raising here. Both Kamish and Samura with the flush draw. Samura with the better flush draw. Valenzuela with a straight draw, needing a 6. Rigo, not sure why Rigo called the $21. Rigo just chasing his losses, that's why he called the $21. Yeah, you can see Rigo a bit frustrated. So that's going to clear out some players. Kamish announced check it in the dark. Oh, that 7 would have gave Rigo an open-ender. Dew's just going to $300 in. Only 100. Don't like that bet. It's clear that one of your opponents is on a flush draw at this point. So you want to charge him. Big turn for Kamish here, as he has a open-ended straight draw with a flush draw as the backup. We can see the flush draw is not good right now. However, if Samura folds, it will be good. How much does Kamish have in his stack? Yeah. I think this is going to bring... Yeah, Samura's all in. And Samura is all in for 81. Kamish gonna need to hit a jack or a 6. Samura gonna need to hit a club. So small side pot of $24. Main pot $575. Kamish hits a 10, but that's not gonna be good enough. And Dew is going to scoop this $575 pot. Let's see if Samura rebuys. Maybe it was a bad seat. I'll tell you who has the good seat. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you. Seat 9. Looks like we have a dealer change coming up. So Cooper Rush will go to the bench. And Kobe will come in.
Kobe, you next? Kobe.
Yeah, somebody on our last stream, we do stream here every Wednesday night and every Friday night. So this channel, TCH Live Poker, pretty much streams every night of the week, usually at a different location. But we do have a secondary channel that's called Texas Card House, 3 different words. And we also stream on Wednesday nights as the main channel. The stream from Austin, the cash game from Austin, is on the main channel, which is this channel. And we do stream every Wednesday night there. The good thing about Texas Card House is there is 6 locations across Texas, and your membership and time is good at any location. So take, for example, you live here in South Texas, but you take a trip up to the state capital in Austin. Oh, Rigo with the aces. Second time he's had aces tonight. Oh, Do with the jacks. We're about to see some fireworks, folks. We're about to see some fireworks. Is there any better feeling at the poker table when you have aces and somebody re-races you? I like at least 200 from Rigo, but how much does he have behind? I like just an all-in based on his stack size. See, because now if an ace or king or queen come out, now you're going to lose your opponent. Oh, Zamura's coming back. Do is seeing how much Rigo has behind. And Do might put them all in here with the jacks. Oh, okay, that's an even better feeling. When you get re-raised with aces and somebody puts you all in. They're going to run it twice. Oh, one time. Rigo says one time. Rigo is done running it twice. So Do going to need to hit a jack. We're going to need to hit a lot of hearts. So Do with some running possibilities. Oh, no more running possibilities. Did he ever have running possibilities? No. For some reason I thought like a 9 would give him a straight draw. So Rigo with the double up. That's the good news for him. The bad news is he's still stuck in this game. Oh, Rigo wound up hitting a flush. Didn't need it. Kind of overkill. But he's in for the game for 1,000, so he's still down over 400. Oh, he's down 342. I was kind of being a negative Nancy earlier when I talked about how these players in the high stakes tournaments or these players that have all these millions of dollars won, that those numbers aren't real because it doesn't take into account how many buy-ins they've had. It doesn't take into account if they've sold any action. It doesn't take into account taxes. But on that same train of thought, everybody shows up to the poker table and they think they're going to win, which is a nice thought. I mean, you should think positive. You should be positive. But in reality, but on a normal poker table, like with 8 or 9 players, I mean, there's only going to be a couple of winners. At the end of the night, at the end of the stream, there's only going to be a couple of winners.
Carry on the conversation.
Hello, goodbye.
There's going to be like 2 or 3 winners. Not even half. It's less than half of the players that sit down at the poker table are going to cash out more.
You got 5.5.
Top pair for Samura also has the ace of spades. Pedro going to need a spade as he has queen 7. Do with bottom pair just doubled up Rigo, and he wants to get those chips back right away. He's going to make the call here. Has some backdoor possibilities as well. Backdoor straight draws, backdoor flush draws. And Pedro, getting a little low on chips, has 214 in a stack. Shout out to Dallas. That's the area code in Dallas, 214. One of the area codes, the main area code. So it hasn't registered Du's call yet, but we do see the call. That's why the camera is still focused on Du. The reason why the dealer wears the headsets is he does relay the message to the production crew. So Pedro going to need a queen or a spade, and it looks like he got the spade. Samura with the ace of spades. Looks like he might be going all in here. He indeed is all in. That looks like the jack of spades. Here we go. Oh no, it's the jack of diamonds. Yeah, so it still hasn't registered the action. Okay, there it is. It's caught up. It's caught up. So there's $341 in the pot, and Samura is all in for $200.
How much? 200.
Is Du really thinking about calling here with bottom pair? He asked for a count. There's over $500 in the pot. No reason for Samura to be scared of the jack based upon the bet-in. And Pedro just going to go with it. Hold on. They're going to run it twice? Let's see. Pedro does have a queen as an out as well.
130.
So let's see if they're going to run it twice.
No more.
Chasing space, okay? Yeah. I haven't gotten shit all night.
Twice.
Oh, they're going to run it twice. They're going to run it twice. Yeah, so The players wanted to run it twice, but the dealer did not hear them because of the headsets.
I only have ace 10. Ace 10. What you have, bro? What you have?
And there you go. You see, Coach Mike, it's not the seat. It's the player, Coach Mike. Zamora winning a big pot there, and that puts him in the green. He's now $55 in the green. So Pedro, who is pretty card dead, is not going to rebuy, so we do have a seat open.
Thank you. Be careful. Morning drive. Keep them coming. Keep it.
So I know we do have a lot of new players tonight, and we do have players that joined us halfway in. So at the beginning of the stream, they kind of go over the rules, and one of the things they always mention is that make sure that you verbalize your actions loudly for the dealer to hear, because the dealer is wearing headsets. So essentially, you want to make sure that the dealer hears you. So a lot of times you look at the dealer and make sure that they see you and hear you, because both of their ears are covered. They're not talking to me. I do have headsets on just like the dealer, but they're not talking to me. They're talking to the production crew, and they are telling the production crew all of the action that is taking place. Take, for example, right now, he is relaying to the production crew, seat 1 folded. Seat 2 raises to 22. Seat 3 calls. Seat 4 calls. Looks like Matt going to take advantage of the table side massage. Table side massage is available here at the Texas Card House in Rio Grande Valley. And it looks like he's going to take advantage of that as we are going 4 ways to a queen high flop. Samura raising it up with the ace queen, hidden top pair. Should be betting about 40, maybe 50.
That's why you made it deep in the main.
And looks like he's going to go 60. 70. Big bet here from Samura. I actually think it's too big. That's what she said. And the reason why is because you are either really far ahead of your opponent or you're really behind your opponent. So really only a 5 is calling you here, and we can see that Jeffrey does indeed have deuces. Do making the call here with Jack 10. Wow. Dude's been making a lot of interesting plays. Normally we have a player that plays on the stream by the name of Newbie that makes interesting plays, but tonight that player is due, and he is drawn dead on the turn.
So I've walked by him a bunch of times.
Samura should be slowing down here.
I've seen him get frustrated like twice. I've never talked to him, but I always say that
Should be slowing down here.
And every time that I see
He is not.
I talk to him when he's recording, he always gets mad. When I've seen him in person,
he tells a story on the stream. He's like, oh no, I don't think he told it, but he told me one time he's trying to go to the bathroom and there's people trying to follow.
yeah, they always want autographs or pictures, and he gets frustrated. So
All right, Dew has to be done with this hand now.
he's a superstar. So he's got to also understand.
I wanted him to stay longer because I wanted to take a picture with him.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you read my shirt. I wanted to record him saying it.
Oh yeah, I saw your shirt. You wore the same.
Dew's finally done, and Samura will throw the ace queen.
I wanted him to record him.
Well, you came out on the stream on his stream. That's how I knew. That's how I found out that you played with him, because I was watching the stream on his channel, and I saw you.
So sometimes you're able to hear the table talk. These players are not mic'd up, but there are 2 microphones above the table. I'm usually able to hear the table talk pretty good. So right now, Rigo there in seat number 1, having a conversation with Kamish in seat 7. Last year, not this year, last year, Kamish played the main event at the World Series of Poker, and he did make day 4, which is the day that you cash. And his table draw was none other than Daniel Negreanu was at his table for the hand-for-hand play at the main event. So he's telling the story. Kamish getting his little 15 minutes of fame actually came out on one of Negreanu's blogs last year. So they're just fucking poker at the poker table. Oh, Samura picking up some steam. Has the nines, raising it up.
29.
Making it 29 with the nines. Duke calling with the 9 high. Rigo also making the call with the ace jack. Applejacks, breakfast of champions. See if Samura puts out a small bet here. Apparently Samura doesn't do small bets. This paired board, like I talked about it on the previous hand, where you don't have to bet too big, because if they have a king, they're going to call you, and you're really far behind. So it's either you're really far ahead or really far behind, and you can pretty much get the same information by betting a smaller amount. Rigo started the hand with 40% of a royal flush, now has 60% of a royal flush. 10 of spades? Oh, Rigo hitting his jack. So Rigo doesn't feel like Samura has the king, and he's correct. The club is probably going to slow down the action. Probably going to go check, check. No, Rigo putting out a little bet here. And he's going to get a fold from Samura. Rigo will show the J. Both players saying, I know you didn't have a king, to each other. As Rigo's still in the red. Yeah, Du has definitely made some interesting plays. And maybe, I can kind of understand this. Maybe if he hits those backdoor draws, they never see it coming. But the joy he gets out of that outweighs the questionable call. Little suited connectors under the gun. Du also with some suited cards. Dalton with the queen jack gets a quick call from Matt, who is enjoying his massage. And it looks like he's getting a massage from Ale. On Wednesday night, we had somebody asking about one of the waitresses here, Alexis. That's not Alexis, that's Ale giving the massage. A-L-E. Matt with the 10s. I actually think Matt should have 3-bet these 10s to a small amount to get it heads up. And you can see Dalton does hit the queen. Valenzuela hitting a flush draw with a straight draw. This is a huge flop for him. These are hands that I like to check raise, because you gotta have, or you should have, some sort of big draws in your check raise range and range.
It felt like he was on my table because he's so loud. It's the Martin Cabrera. You know what that is? Fucking annoying, bro.
Yeah, so obviously you should have some check raise in with some sets and some 2-pair combos, but you should also be mixing in big draw combos. Dalton ripping it here with his top pair. It is a very draw-heavy board, and he's charging his opponents for those draws. I don't think he can fold the 8-9. You can see he's actually out in front right now, equity rise. He's actually favored. He doesn't have a pair. He is on a straight draw and flush draw, but he is favored against top pair. And this is another reason why I like check raising with these types of hands, because even if somebody has top pair, you have very good equity against them, and they're talking about running it twice. Oh, there's the flush, and it is going to be the 8-9 taking it down. Dalton's second time playing on the stream this week. Both times did not end well for him. We do have a seat open available. So two players winning about $100, but Jeffrey, who was catching cards early on, the big winner thus far, has over 2,500 in his stack. 1,800 of that is profit. Rigo putting on the $10 button straddle. Action is going to be on the infamous Samura. Alejandro Samura, his family calls him Hondo.
I had your ten of spades. No way, really. I had pocket tens. Not first, queens 40. I didn't call the big tens, but I had pocket tens.
Do raising it up with the Jack 8, excuse me, the Jack 10, and he gets a call from Rigo, who has the best hand. Rigo still out in front right now. It does go check, check, and Do hitting his Jack. Rigo now has a straight draw, goes check, check again. And Do gonna wind up winning this hand, puts out a small bet. Puts out a $35 bet, and the Jack 10 will be good. So seat open on the stream table. We started the stream, I believe, 7-handed, and we have had a lot of different players take a shot on the stream tonight. I was talking about the Poker Atlas Tour earlier that's going to be taking place in North Texas. 2 locations, 1 tournament series. Texas Card House Dallas, TCH Show Las Colinas. And then we have, after that, the Trailblazer series that's going to be going on. Yeah, so they're letting Do know no phones allowed, so he's going to step out of the stream room. But that begins next month in North Texas. It is making a stop down here in Edinburg, the week between New Year's and Christmas. Rigo with the pretty Queen Jack suited is going to be making the call. Samura does the same. Who raised it here? Do with the 7-6, so commish. Oh, is it a double straddle? Yeah, it's a double straddle. So $10 under the gun and $20 with the restraddle. $101 in the pot. This is about the third or fourth time we have had $101 in the pot. Do flopping a straight draw, and he leads right out. And we have Kamish going all in with his straight draw. So we have 7 high versus 6 high. Both players on a straight draw. The 7 high is somehow out in front right now. 7 high is winning right now. And it's winning by a big margin. Basically, he's going to win this 3/4 of the time. It's going to be funny if nobody hits a pair, nobody hits straight draw. Like if it comes ace, ace, king, they're going twice. They're going twice. So 7 high still out in front. Yeah, 7 high is going to win the first board. 7 high winning the first board. And 7 high is going to win the second board. 7 high taking down a $300 pot. None of the players want to show. None of the players want to show their hand. But 7 high is going to take down a $300 pot, and they ran it twice. Wow, if that doesn't get you to hit the like button, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It does help out with the algorithm. It really does help out with the algorithm. So if that doesn't get you to give a thumbs up, you're very worthy there. So Kamish going to have to rebuy after losing against 7 high. It's showing Do hit a 7 on one of those runouts, but that 7 was actually a queen. 7 high winning both runouts. All right, we are at 16 likes right now. There we go, 17. Gracias. $10 button straddle. So $10 button straddle. Do away from his seat, tended to his phone call. We are on a 15-minute delay. I'm in the same building. Different area. But we're on a 15-minute delay. And that basically helps prevent any colluding, any shenanigans, anything like that. But just to be sure, don't allow the electronics in the stream room. Samura calling with the 10-3. I mentioned earlier he likes to see flops. Oh, here's one of those check raising spots. Matt leads right out. Bets 45. Oh, he's getting a call here from ace high. Look at all those outs. Look at all those outs Matt has. He's actually favored right now with 6 high. We just saw 7 hand win the previous hand. And the board pairs, he's still favored with 6 high on the turn. Matt with 18 outs, will he get it? He does. He checks. His opponent has pretty much bluffed. And I think he's going to bluff again. No, he checks. So the ace-jack pretty hand. Called a big bet on the flop with just ace high. Decided to bluff on the turn. In his defense, he did have the best hand on the turn. Did not have the best equity. As I said, make sure you do hit the thumbs up, the like button. Jeffrey with big lick. Oh, he's going to make the call. Zamora likes to see flops. And it looks like we're going 5 ways to a flop. Dave Chappelle's favorite number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. 5 on the flop. Kamish with the top pair. Matt with bottom pair. Zamora with a straight draw. There's the straight for Zamora. Are there 2 diamonds on the flop? Jeff has a straight draw of his own now. Did Zamora just call? Oh, there's 2 hearts. Oh, everybody calling. Very interesting pot here. This was a limp pot. We're going 5 ways to a river. Zamora going to wind up with the best of it. Kamish betting $20 that he is not going to get back. Zamora put it on a small raise here. Trying to get max value from an ace. And he might do just that. Yeah, he does get max value here with this straight. So Zamora should be in the green a couple of $100. $155. Looks like Rigo ran to the bar to get a beer. Seat open on the stream table. Seat open on the stream table. We started 7-handed. We were 8-handed for a while, 9-handed for a while, and we're back to 7-handed. Matt with the $10 button straddle. Yeah, everybody ordering beer. Matt checking his option with the natural 9. And it is going to be a 9-high flop. So Matt with middle pair, Du with bottom pair, Zamora with hopes and dreams. Big bet here from Du. Quick call from Matt. Matt also has some backdoor straights available. Zamora gets out of the way and heads up. We go to a wild 104 flop. Wild 104 turn. Turn is a 10. Does Du slow down? He does not. Don't know if Matt's going to be able to take this pressure. And he is not. So Du with the bluff. He's been bluffing a lot tonight.
I see him do good.
Yeah, so due up $386. His bluffs have been getting through. $10 button straddle from Kamish. Jeff making the call with the 10-7 off. He started off catching cards, hasn't been catching cards lately, and trying to get something going with the 10-7 off. Small raise here from the 7-6. And that's going to get due to call with the Jack-9. Kamish calling the extra $15 as he did put on the $10 straddle. It looks like Jeffrey's going to do the same. Jeffrey indeed does the same. And that's going to bring along Rigo as well. Rigo with the San Francisco busboy, also known as the gay waiter. That's right, it is a queen with a tray.
6 players.
Ace high flop, Kamish with the ace. Also has a straight draw to go with it. Open-ended for Valenzuela. And he's going to bet his open-ender. He was the pre-flop raiser. And he puts out the continuation bet here. Kamish. Looks like he has Charlie Brown protecting his cards. Straight draw for Rigo, needing a deuce. Instead, it is a 10. $255 in the middle. Action on seat 3, and he's going to bet 75. Kamish still with top pair and the straight draw. Likes his kicker and doesn't like his kicker at the same time. Is this going to clear out Rigo? Now a flush draw is available, so maybe the deuce of clubs is no good anymore. It does. And there's that flush. Granted, nobody has the flush. That's one of the reasons why Rigo folded. Seven high is going to have to put on a big bluff here. $400 in the pot. He's going to have to bet like $300 if he wants this to work. Oh, Kamish only has $100 left. He's not folded. Yeah, sometimes based upon stack sizes, you want to bluff, but you can't. And Kamish has $100 left. There's $400 in the pot. Kamish isn't folded. Kamish will show the ace. Of course, you got that great song by Kenny Rogers, The Gambler. No one to hold him, no one to show him. And a lot of things they say in that song holds true. But the one thing that I disagree with is you never count your money when you're sitting at the table. And not only do you count your money, you count your opponent's money. Because based upon their stack sizing, that could dictate how you approach a hand. It usually dictates how you approach a hand. So in that case, if Kamish would have had more money, there's a chance that Valenzuela would have been able to bluff him, but he only had $100. So I think he saw the same thing I saw and said, well, I'm not going to bluff because he only has $100. He's going to call me. Don't need to know an exact amount on how much your opponent is playing, but it's always good to have an idea.
One makes it 20. Two call,
Especially when you're trying to run a bluff or trying to get max value out of a hand.
three calls. I mean, one made it.
Sounds like something small, but does make a big difference, as we do have a $20 raise. There was a $10 straddle.
Three calls of 20. Six calls of 20. Seven.
Matt making it 20 with the ace jack. 4 people calling. $100 exactly in the middle. And Samura gonna hit top pair. Rigo with the quick bet. Oh, set of sixes.
30.
Does he just call? No flush draw on the board. Yeah, he's just gonna call. Maybe if there's a flush draw, you can race. Matt calling, needing a king. What does Rigo need? Rigo needs a diamond. King of diamonds? All right, now's the time to put on the big bet with the set of sixes. Samura gonna lead here. Looks like 70. There's already $250 in the pot. It is 70, so should be raising to about 200 here.
Service.
Multi-way, so the chances that your opponent one of your opponents has a draw is pretty big, so you do want to raise to get him out, but he chooses just to call, and that might bring along Matt with his ace jack. Now it looks like everybody else going to fold. Samura does not want to hit a queen or a 9 on the river, as he is drawn dead.
One folds. I mean, 7 folds. Still be heads up. It's going to be heads up.
All right, he has to raise now.
2 bets, 75.
Now is the 2 magic words. All in.
Raise.
He doesn't go all in, he just raises. He has greed chips there. $205.
205.
Samura thinks that he got rivered with the jack. Maybe jack 10 is beating him now. Maybe some straights got there. But he was behind from the start. Getting a very good price. It looks like he's going to make the call here. Yeah, so what, it's 135 more for him to call? And there's the call. And there's the set of sixes.
Set of sixes.
Big pot for the man from Brownsville. You're not familiar with the Rio Grande Valley? The area is located on the United States-Mexico border. It's basically as far south that you could get in Texas. As a matter of fact, the southernmost point in Texas is here, and it is in the Brownsville area.
How much you gonna do?
I've been to the southernmost part in the United States, in Key West, and I've also been to the southernmost part of Texas.
I don't care either. I just want to spike it up. Just trying to make it fun.
So the hand hasn't reset yet, which is why we don't see the new cards. $800 was the size of the pot.
Scan again.
Yeah, so if somebody's card's not getting scanned, they will rescan them.
Scan. 8-button straddle.
So before that hand, Samura was up. Now he is down $200.
Can you rescan? Yep. Alright, 8 on the button.
So the way the cameras work is they work off of the scanners. So the cards get scanned, and that automatically moves the cameras. So if the cards don't get scanned properly, the cameras don't get moved. The production crew is just controlling the action tracker. The action tracker keeps track of how much is in the pot and what cards are on the board, because we do have a 10 high flop. Samura flopping bottom pair, Do flopping middle pair, and Do puts out a big bet here. 90 into 35, and this is going to get the job done.
Take it down, Duke. Buttons on Duke.
Three players in the green, 4 players in the red. But we did have
Alright, we're gonna have a double
Coach Mike earlier left in the red, Dalton left in the red, Pedro left in the red. Double straddle announced. And looks like somebody else ordering a tableside massage. Yeah, looks like Jeffrey gonna get tableside massage. $1 a minute. Samura with the suited ace queen, just calling the double straddle here. I do like a raise,
raise. 100,
and so does Do.
100. 4 mixes 100.
Do takes it to 100. Commish the double straddler. Doesn't want to let go of his $20. But I think he is. I'm pretty sure that he has left the stream room and maybe he has heard about Do's bluffs. Because I think that's why he thought about calling there. Samura making the call with the suited ace. Yeah, but I do know Kamish has some friends and family watching at home. I'm pretty sure they sent them a text saying, hey, the guy in C4's been bluffing a lot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You want to see fireworks? You got it. Set versus flush draw. Samura also has some backdoor outs. And we're about to see a pot that's over $500. We're about to see another $800 pot. Samura once again involved in a big pot here. Looking for a club. Also has some backdoor straight outs. Players are going twice.
We're gonna go twice. 2 turns, 2 rivers.
Going 2 times. Samura's going to have to hit a club. A club that doesn't pair the board.
Alright. Going twice. 2 turns, 2 rivers.
Let's go with 10. All right, that's Samura, but Do still has outs. Oh, he used both clubs out. So we're probably going to have a chop pot here. Probably going to have a chop pot. Yeah, chop it up. So Samura hits 2 clubs, but hits them on the same board. Let us know in the chat if you like to run it once or twice. It is obviously player preference. $10 button straddle. Still have an hour over out. Easy for me to say. Let's rewind. Okay, we still have over an hour to go in tonight's stream. On pace for the 80 hands that we normally get. Usually between 80 to 100 hands of Hold'em hands is what we'll get in the 4-hour stream. It averages about 20 hands an hour. Does run a little bit slower than your normal table just because of the card scanner and the dealer constantly communicating with the production crew. So it does run a little bit slower. So at a normal table, you get an average probably about 25 hands. Yeah, Jeffrey indeed taking advantage of the tableside massage. Matt makes it 25 and everybody's calling. $111 in the middle. Uh-oh. Nines are hot as Samura was in terrible shape. He flops a full house. That is a king 9-9 flop. Samura flopping a full house and Matt might be in trouble. Matt does not want to see an ace. Matt can only chop the pot now. Everybody else is drawn dead. And Matt's going to put out a bet. And let's see if Samura just calls or if he raises. Samura asking for the count. And it looks like he's just going to call. 65. Yeah, Samura still trapping. And Matt needs the last king to chop the pot. The good news is it's still available. The king of hearts is still in the deck. Oh, that was the queen of hearts. Jack 10 also arriving. But Matt's going to continue here. And now, Samura going to be raising. $100 bet is going to turn into an all-in from Samura here. Oh, Matt snaps him off. Did a card go flying? Yeah, Matt throwing his cards in disgust. Yeah, Matt cannot believe his luck. I don't think I've ever seen somebody. I mean, I'm sure it was by accident, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody throw a card on the stream. I think he was just throwing his hands up in the air. Couldn't believe his luck, but his cards were still in his hand. And Matt didn't even think about it. He just immediately called the all-in. Thought the river might save him as the straight draw arrived. Some more two-pair combinations arrived. Of course, if if he was up against the 9 from the start.
That's like $15 there.
Oh, Matt has some money left. Matt has like 20 bucks left.
Ya perdiste.
Solo big. First strike. 8 on the button.
Let's check in on the free roll. I'm pretty sure they're at the final table. But let us bring up the Poker Atlas app. Don't forget about the Poker Atlas tour. Going to be making a stop in Dallas next week. Yeah, we might have somebody taking a seat. Oh, looks like Kamish taking advantage of the tableside massage as well. Yeah, they are at the final table. 7 left. 7 left at the final table. Yeah, looks like Frida Sofia with the massage.
5.5.
5 ways we go to a flop. Rigo with the kings. Looks like a pretty safe board, but Samura has a flush draw. Venezuela has a straight draw. And Rigo has the overpair. A lot of crazy turns. Rigo checking if he has a heart in his hand. He does not. That's a pretty good turn for Rigo's hand. That is what's known as a blank. Still a small bet here from Rigo. Thought he might size it up with the blank on the turn. And all these players still have really good equity. Rigo in at under 50% with the kings. Top pair and open-ended versus a flush draw versus the overpair. Gonna have $350 going to the river here in the pot. Seven of hearts. It's a 7. So King's getting cracked, but I don't think Rigo's going to lose any more. Oh, no, he is. Samura's not going to lose anymore. All right, how big is the raise going to be? Reaching for the greens and puts out the greens. So I mentioned this earlier, when you see a player just reach for a stack and just put it out, normally that's a sign of strength, especially when they don't count it, because they think or they know that they're getting the chips back, so no reason to count it. And of course, any tell that I mention, there's always a reverse tell.
Why waste anybody?
So, looks like we have a dealer change, which means we have exactly an hour to go on tonight's stream. If you still haven't hit the like button, what are you waiting for? It's how I get paid. I mean, the kids are getting ready to go back to school, folks. That's all I'm saying. So tournament's still going on. Some people taking advantage of the free pool. And we do have the infamous partner in the house. You want to do any commentating, partner? Oh, partner's taking advantage of the free pool. Oh, it's free but not free? I mean, as long as you're a member, it's free.
The only thing that would have been worse is like a 7 of hearts. That would have been like.
So that takes up Valenzuela stack almost to 1,000. Jeffrey's been leaking chips as he has gone cart dead. So I think every city or card room at the very least, they have kind of a notorious player, kind of an infamous player that everybody knows that player. And down here in the Rio Grande Valley, it is Surge. Calls everybody partner. Easy money with Surge. So he's here tonight, not playing poker, playing pool. Fun fact about Surge, in his earlier years, he is a former male hair model. And speaking about hair, just realized Commish doesn't have any. All right, 5 ways we go. I think we're 6-handed. We're going 5 ways to a flop. And it is going to be a 9 high flop, 2 diamonds. Do flopping the straight. And he's going to bet it. Small bet here. Check that big bet. There was some green chips there. Is it a $153 bet? That's a random bet. No, it's a it's a small bet. So it's a $15 bet. And when they punched in the number, there was a 3 that they added. So the pot is not $600. It was a $15 bet. But when they punched in the bet size, it was $100. So yeah, on the keypad, they punched in the 1, 5, and they hit enter. But the 3 is right next to that. So that's why these numbers are wrong in the pot. Did anybody hit anything? No, just Rigo. But Do is going to put out a big bet now. Yeah, so this is not an $800 pot. Closer to a $200 pot. See, 153, so that was basically $140 entered wrong. 140 times 4. Because 3 people called, so 140 times 4, so basically almost $600. Yeah, subtract 600 from that. Yeah, it was about a $200 pot. So we are 6-handed. And a lot of people say that this 6-handed setup is the way you should be playing poker. Consider it short-handed. They actually run a lot of tournaments like this, 6-handed, 6-max tournaments. And as long as all the players are in their seats, it does make for an action-filled game because now your ranges, your hand ranges, get a lot wider. Do's hand raises have always been wide, but especially here short-handed, and he is raising it up with the ducks here. And he is getting a call by the aces. Both players missed the flop. Do announcing 75. And I think Du's going to take it down. Samura does have the ace of clubs. But that's pretty much the only thing he has working for him. Yeah, 2 players away from their seat. I just mentioned, like, hey, 6-handed is awesome when all the players are in their seats. And if you ever listen in on the stream before here from the Rio Grande Valley, something that I always say is that I don't mind playing 10-handed. Some people say, oh, I hate 10-handed. And I understand, but the reason why you hate 10-handed is because of comfort level. Yes, the play is a tiny bit different, your ranges and everything like that, 9-handed versus 10-handed, but your ranges are pretty much the same. The reason why you don't like 10-handed because of comfort, and I do understand that. But I don't mind 10-handed because normally a player is not in their seats, especially in a casino. You have a player that's away from their seat, either in a bathroom break, a smoke break, dinner break. They ran to the blackjack table. They ran to the sports book. So even though there's 10 stacks at the table, it's very rare that it's actually all 10 players at their seat playing. And then on top of that, especially at the casinos in Vegas, you have the grinders. Just the local low stakes grinders, and their ranges are pretty tight. So even though they're at the table, they basically count as half a player, I guess. I mean, they're really not given any action. So you have 10 stacks at the table, but of those 10 stacks, there's really only 8 players that are actually playing. And maybe these players heard me complain about them not being at their seats because they're back now. $8 butted straddle here. But this setup here being 6-handed, it really allows you, if you choose, it really allows you to get creative with your hands. Do up 1,000 now. The blind's also coming around a lot faster. Samura going to be making the call with the 4-3. Speaking about open up ranges. Do with the Jack-9. He's raising it up. In general, aggression is good at the poker table, but especially at a short-handed table. Jeffrey with the pocket 8s, cutting out a call. Frida Sofia on the left, Ayo on the right, taking care of the tableside massages. Oh, Samura making the call here with 4 high. So 4 of the 6 players gonna see a flop. 1, 2, 3 in the middle. And an ace comes on the flop, nobody has an ace. A queen comes on the flop, nobody has a queen. I don't see how Jeffrey bets here. He does check. Samura has a straight draw. Do hitting his jack. Rigo hitting a straight draw of his own. And it looks like Jeffrey gonna bet a small amount. Rigo calling. Samura calling. And Du has the best hand, will make the call. Over $200 in the pot now. And Du gonna wind up with 2 pair. And he's going to bet that 2 pair to the tune of $90? 100. Nobody liking that river. Do announce it to the table. He has 2 pair, and he shows the 9. Well, the 9 was beating everybody either way. So that win will take Dew up to $1,200 in the green. He's in for $400. Bought in for $400. The minimum buy-in on the stream is $300. Uncapped here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. Local university, branch of the University of Texas, known as UT RGV. First season of football gonna get started at the end of the month. So local area down here, pretty excited about that. Actually a really big area down here as far as population wise, the Rio Grande Valley. Probably about close to 1.5. It's at least 1.3 million down here. But there is no huge city. Do flop into top pair. So a lot of cities and towns making up the area. But it is a big area. Let me get the exact number from the Wikipedia. Yeah, it is 1.4 million. Just in the Rio Grande Valley, and that's not taking into account right across the border. If you're familiar with border towns, you have like San Diego has a huge population just south of it in Tijuana, or TJ, as the locals call it, and then you have like El Paso, which has a lot of people right across the border in the city of Juarez. Same deal here, and same deal as in a lot of big cities right across the border in Reynosa, Matamoros, and we're less than 2 hours away from Monterrey, Mexico, second biggest city in Mexico. So Dew on a little heater. And I think we are going 7-handed now. Somebody taking the seat. Let us see who it is. Never really know how the game is going to play out, which is one of the reasons why I kind of don't like when the commentators at the beginning of the stream say, oh, we have a great stream for you tonight. I mean, you never really know. You can only just put the lineup up and hope that the right players get the right cards. But this stream has definitely been very unpredictable, but unpredictable in a good way. As we do have somebody take in seat 8, that's going to be Juan. You see that happen a lot, like on the talk shows. They always say it at the intro. We have a great show for you tonight, folks. Great show for you tonight. It's like every night it's a great show. And let's be honest, every night is not a great show. Rigo with the ace. Kamish with the jack. And Kamish is going to lead here. Betting $17, so right at half pot. Rigo top pair, decent kicker, going to make the call. Samura calling with hopes and dreams. Has a lot of backdoor outs. Has nothing right now. And he still has nothing. He's actually drawn dead now. king on the turn. Kamish gonna slow down. Rigo picking up a straight draw to go along with his top pair. Gonna size it up to 45. Of course, that's Michael Jordan's number when he played baseball. So not only does the ace beat Kamish, now the king beats Kamish, and he's gonna be letting his hand go. Do not at his seat. New player, seat 8, buying in for the minimum, which is 300. This is an uncapped game. So normally on this channel on Thursday nights, well, always on Thursday nights, there's a stream from the Houston location. And they play Omaha. Most of the time they play Omaha. And most of the time the blinds are $1, $3, $6, which sounds super small. But I know I tuned in last night and there was somebody that was up $10,000 in a 1-3 PLO game. Don't let the blind level fool you. Rigo with the suited ace-jack takes it up to 15. Oh, Do had the king-queen suited. Pretty hand. I can guarantee you he would have called. Probably would have raised with it. Guarantee you he would have called. So let's play fantasy poker. Let's see if Do would have hit the flop. Would have hit the flop. But it is Rigo with the ace again. And Rigo going to put out about a half pot size bet. 25 into 60. Do would have called 25. As a matter of fact, Kamish is calling 25 with a gut shot. Rigo does not want to make 2 pair, as that'll give Kamish a straight. Instead, it is a club. You can see this hand taking place at 10:30 Texas time, Central time. Add in the 15-minute delay, and you have 10:45. These players began playing at 7:10. Yeah, they started playing at 7:10. So you add the 15-minute delay, and we started streaming at 7. I was going to say 7:25, but actually we started streaming at 7:26. Started streaming at 7:26. Once again, this is Central Time, Texas Time. Texas Time, not counting El Paso. El Paso is so far west. They're in their own time zone. El Paso in the Mountain Time Zone. The rest of Texas in the Central Time Zone, as we are here in the Rio Grande Valley. There's actually a piece of Florida that is in a different time zone. Most of Florida in Eastern Time Zone, but the Florida Panhandle. So Northwest Florida, they're in the Central Time Zone. It's going to be like Pensacola, Florida, Panama City. So Rigo on a little heater with the Ducks. Has 2-2 in his hand, raises to 2-2. And Samura, talked about this when he sat down, likes to see flops. There was a $10 straddle from Kamish, and he's going to call with his suited ace. That's going to bring along Juan with the Chad Johnson Ocho Cinco, and Juan's looking to go clubbing. Don't forget, we are live on the YouTube comments. We are streaming on TCH Poker Live, or excuse me, TCH Live Poker on the YouTube channel. Also streaming on Twitch, also streaming on Kick. And we have Kamish flopping a flush draw. And we have Valenzuela flopping a 10. And we have Rigo putting out the continuation bet. Kamish enjoying his massage, and he's going to be enjoying a spade on the turn. He will make the call, Or how about a raise? How much does he have left? So Kamish playing his flush draw aggressive, and I actually like it here as Rigo let out, put out the C bet. So he was the initial raiser. And there's a very good chance that Rigo does not have a 6. He raised pre-flop and he puts out a continuation bet. So Kamish taking the aggressive line, doesn't feel like any of his opponents have a 6. And you can see all his spades, no, I was going to say all the spades are available. The deuce of spades has been folded, but all the other spades are available. So 2 spades on the board, 2 spades in his hand. That's going to be 4 plus 8 is 12. And he's going to win the pot. So Kamish winning the pot, but he is still down $250. Yeah, I mentioned that the first hand was going to be at 725, but it was at 726. Somebody in the comments put me on clock. All right, we have a straddle under the gun, Samura to 8. The next player making it 16. Rigo with the trace. I do like the raise. I don't like the size. Size in pretty small. Makes it 33. So basically a min raise. And Valenzuela going to be making the call with the AC deucey. And he's going to hit a deuce. Also has the ace of clubs as there's 2 clubs on the board. Rigo probably going to be putting out the continuation bet. And he does indeed put out a bet. Bet's $33 again. Wow, that's crazy. I just realized that. So the previous hand he had deuces, he made it 22. This hand he has 3s and he makes it 33. Rigo, you're telling the players what you have in your hand. So now he's going to check. And that's going to give Valenzuela an opportunity to bluff with his deuce. Rigo does slide out the call. I'm going to be interested to see what happens on the river. I want the river to be like a king. Okay, it's a jack. So I'm going to be interested to see if Rigo makes a call on the river. 301, $301 in the pot. Not a darts game. It is a poker game. Rigo with 3s in his hand. Oh, it's too small of a bet. Yeah, so Rigo checked. Valenzuela bet 95, but I think this is too small of a bet. I think Rigo's going to look him up. Yeah, Rigo looked him up. Rigo looked him up. Rigo shows the 3s. So Rigo making the good call. I do like the bluff from the ace deuce. I don't like the size, and he should have put Rigo all in. The true test is when you put a man all in for all his chips. The $95 bet was just the quiz, and Rigo passing the quiz.
Hey, but did you see me giving you hints? I was trying to give you hints. 33, 33.
And Rigo is just actually letting his opponents know what I noticed. He said, I raised 33 pre-flop. I was trying to tell you I had threes. The flop came out, and I bet 33. I was telling you my hand. So I don't think he's going to do that again. All right, Valenzuela picking up the sixes, raising it up, and getting a quick 3-bet by Dew with the jacks. Last time Dew had jacks, he ran into aces. This time his opponent has jacks. So a better situation for him now, as it is folded around to Juan. And Juan with the suited ace-5 is going to be making the call. And that's going to bring along Valenzuela. Oh, Samura coming along too with the K9. He is suited in clubs. And we got ourselves a big pot here. Over $250 in the middle, and we still haven't seen a flop. Something for everybody. Pick your favorite right now. Got spades, got clubs, got sixes. Wow. Dew has the jack of spades, so he's not super worried about this flop. I think he's going to put out a continuation bet here. Oh, it is actually Valenzuela with the small bet here. Juan flopping the nuts. Just calls. And that's going to bring along Samura. Samura, you can't fold. You have top pair. All right, let's see the 6 of hearts. Oh, it's a backward 6. It's a 9. Oh, Samura has 2 pair now. That was a spicy turn. I wanted a spicy turn. We got a spicy turn. And dude just might bet with these jacks. Dew is betting with these jacks. And does Juan just go all in here? The pot's already over $400. He has less than 200 in his stack. But it looks like he's going to continue to slow play his flush. That's going to bring along Samura. And Samura is the only one that can retake the lead here. Pocket 6 is drawn dead. Pocket jacks drawn dead. Samura can hit a king or a 9 to make a full house. But right now, Juan. Oh, Samura raising here. The min raise. I think Dew's gonna call. He doesn't like it, but it's $50 more. You have the jack of spades in your hand. I don't blame him for calling. And now is when Juan goes all in. This has worked out perfect for Juan. The last player to sit down. Is he still trapping? I mean, you have $100 in your stack. It's just time to go all in. There you go. So Samura obviously has to call. And once Samura calls, it might bring Dew along. Is this pot going to be a $1,000 pot? 73 more for these players to call. So that's going to take us to oh, Samura announces all in. So Dew doesn't like it, but this is actually going to save him money. Yeah, dude doesn't like this, but it's saving him money. So they're asking for once or twice.
That is 173.
Samura with a 10% chance to win. Needs a 9. Needs a king. As this pot is over $800. And Juan flopping the flush. Winning the pot. Hello, Ao. I was talking about you earlier on the stream with the massages. Because of the massages. Are you still on the screen here? Because it's 15-minute delay. So you still might be on the screen. Do you want to see yourself? So Juan up over $500 after winning that pot. And we got exactly 15 minutes left on the stream. All right, last hand of the night is going to be hand 76. Hand 76. So if you still haven't hit that like button, make sure you take care of that. Yeah, Ao's still there giving the massage. She just came into my booth. 15-minute delay. Gotta love the technology. Samura just losing the last hand, but he is coming in for a raise here. Would you imagine he has a pocket pair? No, he has ace queen. Appreciate the love, Ron. Does help the algorithm, and more important, it helps my paycheck. Dude making the call here with 8-5. He did straddle, and he is defending his straddle as we go heads up. And Do hitting a pair. I don't think he's folded. Samura going to put out the continuation bet here. Samura does have 5 outs available. The ace of diamonds has been folded. Looked like an ace, but it was a fake ace. Samura slowing down, checking. Over $200 in the pot. Samura with less than $200 in his stack. And Do going to put out a big bet here. 75 is announced. Oh, looks like Samura's getting married to the ace-queen here. Yeah, Samura's getting married to the ace-queen here. And that looked like a queen. Does go check, check. Dude's going to take it down with the Chad Johnson. So hand 76, I'm thinking, I can't tell you for sure, because I've been here in the booth all along, but I'm thinking we're going to have at least 1 or 2 all-ins before this stream is over. Oh, I like it. Free roll down to 3 players, 55 entries, and it doesn't look like they made a deal. So all the prize money has not been moved. It's still intact. It was $255 for fifth, $365 for fourth, and down to the final three. Third place guaranteed. Third place right now. Next player knocked out going to get $570, and the winner of tonight's free roll going to get $1,300. So free roll still going on. Average stack is about 16 bigs. That's actually really good for this stage of the tournament for a free roll. So Jeffrey's been card dead for a while, now picks up the ace king. Samura calling $25, leaving himself with $35 behind. Kamish here with the best hand, the deuces, will make the call. And we are going 5 ways to a flop. The ace arriving. Jeff gonna bet it, and he's gonna bet it big. Looks like 100. No takers. And he will show the ace king. Once again, hand number 76 will be the final hand tonight. Tomorrow on TCH Live Poker, we go from South Texas to North Texas, as the Texas Card House in Dallas will be streaming their Big One tournament. I want to say it's a $300 entry, and normally first place is at least $10,000. Ace King returning, this time due with the Ace King. And looks like he's going to put in a small raise here. It's a min raise. There was a $10 straddle on the button. Juan calling with the suited king. Zamora calling as well, leaving himself with $15 behind. Two players with kings, two players with queens, and it's going to be 6 high. Zamora hits a pair, so Zamora might double up here. Yeah, Zamora's all in. There's going to be a side pot of $60. So Samura out in front right now, but the open-ended straight draw of Venezuela is in the statistical lead. This is assuming we go to the river. This is assuming this goes to showdown. That's what the statistics are based on. Diamond on the turn. So now Samura shoots all the way up to over 50%. Oh, Deuce still firing? Deuce made some very unconventional plays tonight, and really no reason to bet into an empty side pot with somebody all in, but he chooses to. And he's going to need to hit an ace or a king, but instead Samura is going to get the quadruple up. Yeah. Zamora with the quadruple up. One person calls you to double up. 2 people call you to triple up. 3 people call you to quadruple up. So Zamora with the quadruple.
Complex. 10 minutes.
So 3 more hands. The river did not read. The river did not read, and that's why they are flashing the card for the system to reset. Okay, there you go. Jack of diamonds. And they will award the pot to Samura. And then once this clears out, there we go. Gets the check mark. Samura being awarded the pot now on the system. And there we go. So we're ready to deal now. So 2 more hands. Samura still down. Both Rigo and Samura down over $400. Maybe it was the seat. Jeff with the flat tire. That's what you use a jack for. It is suited, but he's going to let it go. Rigo with the Baskin Robbins hand. That's a 3 and a 1, 31 flavors. Samura with the Loop 610. Oh, do with the jacks, the hooks, the big bet. Takes it up to 90. And everybody will fold. Yeah, that's I believe the 3rd time he's got jacks, and the previous 2 times he lost. Ran jacks into aces 1 time, and then lost with the jack of spades on an all spade board. All right, so last hand of the stream, last chance to hit that like button, last chance to feed my kids. And we're going to have a button straddle to $10. Kamish put it on the $10. Juan with the king queen will be making the call. Jeffrey with the ace does the same. So final pot shaping up good so far. Oh, Samura with the ace king. Does he just go all in? He's going all in. Folded around to the straddler, Kamish. Kamish with a pretty hand. Might be thinking about calling. He does get the count. It is 137. 40% of a royal flush in his hand. Oh, and he announces all in. And that's going to get Juan to fold and Jeff to fold. So Kamish going to need some spades. Red or black on the flop. These players want a black flop. Black O sun, won't you come? They're going to run it twice. So we're probably going to wind up with, I was going to say probably a chop pot, but not in this case, as Kamish is dominated. Queen of spades? Oh, queen of spades! So Kamish going to win the first one.
No, but I win that one.
And Kamish going to need to hit a 10. And yes, indeed, they're going to chop it up. So last pot of the night will be a chop pot here at the Texas Card House Rio Grande Valley. Once again, thanks everybody for joining in. Tomorrow on TCH Live Poker, we do have final tournament action coming from the Dallas location, the big one. Thank you for tuning in tonight.